Hi, and welcome back to the Projects for Pets YouTube page. My name is Nora, and if you're new here, welcome. So my company is Projects for Pets. I started it a few months ago with the goal of selling my crafting items, my crochet items, and taking a portion of the profits of those sales and donating them to local animal shelters and rescues. So I've been crafting for a long time. People have been telling me a long time to start selling my stuff. Most recently, I learned how to crochet. I learned at the end of 2020 when we were in quarantine and there was nothing else that I could do, and I just went from there. So a few months ago, I decided, you know what? I'm gonna do it. Let's get it together. So here we are. Thank you for joining. And today, I guess I'm gonna call this Crafting and Coffee. I have a few different styles of videos on my channel. I'm slowly working to build up my YouTube channel. It's been hard because I do work full-time and I have 2 kids. So I have to squeeze in recording where I can. And right now there's a little bit of a lull in my shift. So I already drank my coffee because my day has been filled with meetings. And please do not mind this hair. I am overdue for a haircut. I just haven't had the time to do that. On this edition of Crafting and Coffee, even though I've already drank my coffee, I wanted to talk about this blanket. Now I did like an unboxing when I got this yarn in. It is from Premier. It is Premier Basics Chunky yarn, and I'm making like my fall inspired blanket. And I had put a few things up about the colors and the order of the colors on my social media before I started making the blanket. And a few people had told me, you know, either they commented on my post or they told me like personally that the colors that I picked for this blanket don't necessarily remind them of fall. And that's fair. I'm gonna go through the colors and why I chose them, because there are more colors that I could have picked that are more traditionally related to fall, I guess you could say. But there's a reason that I chose the colors that I chose, and that's what I wanted to go over today. I just thought it would be fun to share some memories. But there was a ball of yarn, I believe it was from Premier, that it was like a self-striping yarn. It was beautiful, beautiful colors that remind me of fall. So that's more of a traditional fall colored blanket. And then I believe that Bernat makes a beautiful blanket yarn. It's like a really pretty mustard color, which is one of the colors in this blanket. So yeah, there are different ways or different colors that I could have chosen to make it like a traditional fall style blanket, but I chose the colors that reminded me of my favorite things about fall. But I just wanted to show the colors and talk about fall is my favorite season. So I'm just gonna talk about that today. So because I'm a little bit into this blanket already, I just left my box that all these skeins came in, and I've been working out of my box. So I have all yarn all over the place here. So I just keep everything in the box. But one color is mustard, like I said. Oh, I don't know if you're gonna be able to see it with my filter. Yeah, you can see it's mustard. And to show the yarn, it's Premier Basics Chunky. It is a bulky 5. It is 117 yards, and it is a machine washable. I think it's 100% acrylic, so it's definitely machine washable. And this color is mustard. Now this is more of like a traditional fall color, but I have a sweater that I bought probably from Target, and I probably have had it about 3 years now, and it's chunky like the yarn, and it's so comfy and cozy, and I love wearing it. And it goes really well with navy blue, which is what I have on now. That was total coincidence, but navy blue is one of my favorite colors to wear. And so when I saw that sweater, it was just so comfy, and I think I bought it in another color, but I don't remember what that other color is, because the mustard one is my favorite. And I just think that mustard is a really nice color for fall, and it can coordinate with a lot of things. You can easily, or with a lot of colors, I should say. You can wear it with blues and browns and all the other traditional fall colors. So I definitely wanted mustard in my blanket. So here it is. So the next color is Mist. Ooh, I hope you can see it. I have my filter on here, and it's the same thing. It's all Premier Basics chunky 5-weight, made of the same material, everything. And Mist just reminds me of a few things about fall, like when you wake up and there's literal mist on the ground, the grass is a little wet and dewy. It also reminds me of the opening scene of Hocus Pocus, when it's very misty and it's not foggy, but it's mist. And, or like there's a huge farm down the highway where I frequently drive close to my house, and they used to be open to the public. They're not anymore. They just do private farming now. But they had a huge pumpkin patch, and that's up until they closed to the public. That's where we went for pumpkin picking. But like in the mornings and at sunset, I mean, I drive by this place all the time, and you can just see, just the ground is just wet enough. There's the mist lying just over all their crops. It's really pretty. It just reminds me of fall when I see scenery like that, and it gives me like kind of Halloweenish vibes. There's always mist and fog in scary movies. So that's why I wanted mist on my blanket. So, and coincidentally, I didn't pull these colors in a particular order. It just happens that the mist follows the mustard. So I'm going to grab the next color in my pattern, which is plum. The other bags of my yarn are buried in this box. So this is the plum. I'm not going to bother showing the label because it's the same thing. And plum, well, purple is my favorite color, particularly dark purple. Plum and navy blue are my favorite colors. So I had to have this in my blanket. And I guess it could be argued that plum is not really a fall color. I don't know if somebody would consider it a fall color, but you know what? It's dark. It goes well with the other colors that I picked. And I think if like I had done something like a lighter purple, it wouldn't have blended as well. But because I chose the dark, like the plum, I think that it just transitions well with the other colors, because you see I have 2 lighter colors and 2 dark colors. So I just thought it was going to look really good. I was hoping that it would, because I ordered everything online, so I didn't have them like to hold next to each other. So I was just going off of some faith here, and I think it worked out pretty well. And my last color is black, which is actually the first color in the blanket. I started the blanket with black, so I guess this is technically the first color. And then it goes to the mustard and the mist. Anyway, now this was the color that was like argued the most that it wasn't really a fall color, but Halloween, I mean, hello, you can't have Halloween without fall, and you can't have fall without Halloween. If you celebrate Halloween, you generally, when you think of fall, you'll think of Halloween. I know not everybody celebrates Halloween, and that's perfectly okay. My family celebrates it. I love it. So that's why I wanted this in here. So I think it's turning out really cool. I'm very happy with the design that I picked. I originally was kind of annoyed because you can't really see the baubles in the darker colors like you do in the light, but that's okay. It's the texture, it gives a nice texture. I knew I definitely wanted to do a chevron pattern. I just wanted to do something a little bit different. I've never done one with a bobble in. So I wanted to do something that was somewhat simple because I was going to be color changing frequently, but I wanted it to stand out just a little bit. So I was going through my book. I don't think I have it. No, it's not next to me. I was going through this book that a friend of mine bought for me that's all crochet stitches, not necessarily not necessarily full patterns, but how to do certain methods and stitches. And the bobble chevron was in that book. Um, it's a classic crochet blanket design. I feel like I see a lot of chevron designs in blankets. Um, but it also got, it gives it some more texture. For me, it feels really cool to have the bobbles in. Somebody did say, they said that the colors and the design reminds them of like 1970s, 1980s horror movie, and they meant it as a compliment. Like, it's just something that would be in the background, like on the couch. And I totally like that. Excited me because I just thought that it was so cool that they thought of it when they saw it, because the goal is that it's a fall inspired blanket. But they said that like the chevron pattern and the colors just reminded them of like a vintage blanket that you just would see like as a prop in a movie or in a show. And it kind of gave them like Stranger Things vibes, they said, but like they would expect to see this kind of blanket like in the background of like a scary movie. And I just thought that that was really cool because it kind of just validated like my goal for this blanket. I'm not a huge horror fan movie. My boyfriend is. He could watch anything. I like more of like the mysteries. I don't do well with like gore and like possessions and all that. I can handle a jump scare here and there, but I like more of like the whodunit and the murder mysteries, and I love a good cheesy horror flick. But overall, I love the fall season. I love the crunchy leaves. I love the cool weather. I love that I can wear sweaters all day. I love that I can leave the windows open all day. I love Halloween. I loved it as a kid. I loved before I had kids. I loved seeing how excited the kids would get. Like, I always took off of work on Halloween so that I can give out candy, because I just love seeing how much excitement it brings people. And now that I have children, I mean, it'll be the baby's first Halloween, so it'll be a few years before she really understands it. But my older daughter loves Halloween. Like, she got into it, like, she understood it quick. When she usually starts talking about Halloween in July. So I'm surprised she doesn't have a Halloween costume picked out yet. But anyway, that's just what I wanted to share. It's taken me a while to work on this because it is a lot of work, as most crochet items are. I'm gonna have to close it up with a border on the side because ends. And a little nervous about it because I normally don't change colors. I normally just get like self-striping yarn, so the color changes for me. So I'm going out of my comfort zone a little bit here, but that's all I have. I might make another cup of coffee because I have a little lull in work today. But I probably shouldn't have more coffee, but I probably will. But anyway, thank you guys so much for being here. If you watched the video through, thank you so much. That really helps to support the channel. If you saw something here that you liked, please like the video. You can comment to say hi, let me know you're here. And if you wouldn't mind to take a minute out to subscribe, that'll help support the channel and the content and the goal of the business. And remember to try and support small business as much as you can. It means a lot to the person who either creates the item or offers a service or whatever it is, however you can support, whether you go to a restaurant or anything. And I'm not saying don't ever shop in a big box store, because of course that's not really something that can be sustainable long term, but I'm just saying if you have the opportunity to support a small business, please do so. And you don't have to spend money to support a small business. You can follow them on social media, you can interact with their posts, you can share their business with your friends, you can leave nice comments for them. Lots of things you can do for $0, and it means a lot. It means a lot to the person who's creating it, who owns the business, and it means a lot to the families who we don't necessarily see, who are, a part of that business as well. So from my family to yours, I hope you guys are doing well. I hope you're all staying safe and healthy and you're enjoying your summer, and I will see you all in the next video.